Maybe many people already know about this, but let me ask, what will happen if a sliced apple is left out in the open and remain untouched? It gets brown or darker, right? But what if we put the apple inside a fridge? Well, it doesn't get brown or darker immediately, but as time goes by, it slowly turns brown or darker. This apple represents our local culture. If we just leave our culture untouched, our culture will fade and be gone in no time. If we only reminisce about the culture in the museum, it's only going to be a display. We know what it is, but we don't know actually how those things work. My name is Petra from Nation Star Academy Senior High School, and let's talk about the youth movement in local culture development. You see, when I was younger, I always admired people who were able to play local musical instruments such as angklung, gamelan, kulintang, and so much more. I think those musical instruments sound very nice and calming. But sadly, as time goes by, I rarely see people play these musical instruments. It was like they've gone away. We, as youth, must take and handle this problem seriously. But why us, the youth? Some youth is a new generation that has the spirit to conquer the world. Some youth nowadays are creative and intelligent. Some youth nowadays are aspiring to inspire. But notice why I said some? Some youth nowadays doesn't even care about our local culture anymore. Again, sadly, our culture is like being replaced by a foreign culture. That's sad. It's actually okay to like foreign culture from other countries, but you have to filter that culture and still love and have willing to develop ours more. Our ancestors have left us a culture that should be used and passed on, generations by generations, not just put it inside a museum and leave it like a display. If not us, then who? How? Is it difficult? Well, every problem has a solution. It depends if you are willing to find into it or not. I did a research. 8 out of 10 people consider that our local culture is not attractive and so outdated. Any culture, no matter where it is from, will never be outdated, mark my word. Using it is an honor. We must be very proud of our ancestors and the people who still use it every day. If someone said it is not attractive, instead, why don't we mix and match, no? For example, instead of wearing batik we usually see every day, why don't we add a little bit of spice and transform it into modern batik? Like this. It looks so stunning, isn't it? That's just a small one. Why don't we make a big movement by forming an organization to use, to innovate and maintain our local culture? For example, this youth organization can hold a webinar or talk show about the importance of preserving our culture. To turn an example, about launching a competition where all the participants can show their talents in playing local musical instruments or singing folk songs. It can be performed individually or even in groups. How about a fashion show with batik and kebaya as a team? Or even a competition for traditional dance too. Another way is by establishing a course place for people who wanted to learn how to make or create batik and play local musical instruments. Then, what do you think about using wayang again for storytelling for kids? Kids' imagination will be terrific. It helps them to increase their creativity. Nowadays, we use our phones so much, right? Especially on social media like Instagram. However, we can use social media as a platform to interact and promote our local culture and tell people that they're ours. Did you know other countries in the world are even highly interested in our local culture? Like batik for fashion, for example. Some countries have even taken or steal our culture. I hope that this will never happen again to our culture. But again, how? We can participate in international cultural exhibitions or festivals to introduce, promote, and widely spread our culture. People will be like, oh, you see that? That was batik. That's from Indonesia. As we know, foreign countries have very high attention on our culture, and we're supposed to be more attentive to our own culture, don't we? So, Let's move and develop our local culture with the better person and people for our country. Every movement of yours matters. What you've done to help develop our culture is amazing and it will always be appreciated. So, what have you done already as a youth to help to develop our culture? Remember about the apple I said earlier? What if you take every seed inside a sliced apple and share it to others then plant it? Well, I think no need to explain this. I'm sure you get what I mean here. I'm Cleo, and this is the time for you to make a movement. If not now, then when? Thank you for watching, and I sincerely apologize if there are any mistakes and words that are not pleasing. Once again, thank you so much and have a nice day. Goodbye.